Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a story time video for you guys. And this story is going to be about the time that my best friend started talking to the guy that I had a crush on. And this story is going to be kind of short. Probably it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be short or long because sometimes I like to add stuff in there, just to make the video a little bit more interesting. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so this story takes place when I was in the 7th grade. I was going to the 8th grade. Okay, so I had this little crush at my school or whatever. This is when I was into white boys at the time. I had a little crush on this little white boy, and we're gonna call him Lee for this story because I don't want to use his real name. I don't know, like, if he'll ever give a fuck or see this video, but we're not going to use his real name. So I'm just going to call him Lee. So Lee, was really cute to me, when I first got to that school because I transferred from Austin, Texas to Michigan in 2008. And so when I got to that school, he was like the first person that caught my eye. I was just like, oh, he is a fine ass white boy. So, I was just like, whatever. So, man, he never knew I liked him, honestly. Throughout the whole ordeal, he never knew I liked him. I'm just going to put it like that. I'm just going to say that because I was too shy to tell him. But anyway, so I had a crush on him. I developed a little crush. I was his head over heels. I used to look at him all the time and just stare at him and just wonder, like, how it would be to just, girl, I'm kidding. But I just never ever pursued him because I just figured, okay, I'm ugly as fuck. He ain't gonna want to talk to me, and he probably not even like black girls, so whatever. So anyway, so as time went on, I had I had got into a little friendship with this one girl. We're gonna call her Maya, and Maya was real cool. Maya was a cool ass, girl for the time being. And then Maya used to ask me all the time, like, who do you like in this school? Who do you like in this school? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, nobody, girl, nobody. You know how that be when you, you know how that is when you're, you want to keep your little crush a secret because you don't want everybody making a big deal out of it. Like, because if they know who your crush is, they're probably going to go to your crush and be like, she likes you, on some petty, childish ass shit. So I didn't want that to happen. So I was just like, nobody, girl, nobody. But after a while, I was just like, fuck it. She kept asking me, so I told her, I like Lee. And she's like, who is Lee? So one day that we were in gym, he had my gym class, girl. He used to be looking. But anyway, he had my gym class, and I pointed him out. And I was like, that's Lee right there. And she's like, him? You got a crush on him? Blah, blah, blah. You know how bitches be. You got to watch that little shit because I'm going to tell y'all why you got to watch that shit. And she was just like, Lee, he ain't even all that or whatever. And I was just like, I think he's cute, whatever, girl. I just brushed it off. Like, everybody ain't gonna think the person that you think is cute. That's just a given in life, You may think somebody is fine as fuck, and other people may think that person is ugly as fuck. Hey, it's life. Not everybody thinks I'm pretty. Oh well. But anyway, I was just like, okay, whatever. She think he ugly, cool. So my little crush just went on and on. I just kept admiring him from a distance and stuff. And one day in my my language arts class, I had a gay best friend. His name, we're gonna call him Julian. Julian was like, did you see Maya? She all up on Lee. And I'm like, Cause Julian, he knew about the crush. Julian had been knew because Julian that was my road dog right there. We used to do everything together. We was so fucking cool. He was a cool ass best friend. And so I was just like, I'm like, Lee? My Lee? The Lee that she just said was ugly? Like, oh hell no, it can't be the same Lee. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I was like, I'm gonna address it at lunch because I'm thinking, I didn't want him to think that he was just trying to stir up trouble because he never been that type. Just want to stir up some shit, And so I'm just like, it's gotta be true. So at lunchtime, I sit next to her and I'm like, hey Maya. And she's like, hey, acting all casual, like she wanted to spit about my nigga that wasn't my nigga, but I wanted to be my nigga. And I was just like, So I heard you was all up on Lee. Like, what's that about? And she's like, me? Girl, I was just talking to him. Like, I see him in the hallway and I was just like, what's up, Lee? Blah, blah, blah. We was just talking. Like, people be doing too much. Who told you that? And I'm like, it just seemed fake, but I was just like going along with it, whatever. I was like, nobody in particular. I was like, I don't want to give out names and stuff because, I'm not like that. I was just like, just know somebody's told me that they seen you all up on him, and I just wanted to make sure, what's up? Because I like him, so, and you my bitch, so why, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's good? And she was just like, no, girl, don't even worry about it. People be stirring up trouble. And I'm just like, all right, girl, all right. So I brushed it off. I brushed it off, like, whatever. And he kept telling me, like, whenever I was in class, because he had class with them, whenever I was in my other class, he would see her talking to him. And they would be like real buddy and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm tired of hearing about this and I don't see it with my own two eyes. So I constructed a master motherfucking plan. I was like, I'm going to skip my class and I'm going to peek into their class and I'm going to see what's going on because I'm tired of this happening. Because there had been 2 weeks in a row that he kept telling me that they be flirting and stuff, but I don't ever see it. So I'm like, okay, I construct my little plan. And when it's time for my class, I had skipped my class and I was looking into their classroom window. I wasn't being all creepy or nothing, but I was kind of like looking in there to see like who was all in there. Lord and behold, this bitch sitting next to Lee. I'm like, oh, okay, bitch. Oh, okay. At first, I'm not thinking like, okay, she flirting with him because they was just sitting next to each other. Maybe they had assigned seats next to each other. I didn't want to think too much. So I was just like, okay, she's sitting next to the nigga, so they probably do be flirting. So, so next thing I know, I see her, she touching him on the shoulder playfully, like talking to him. You know how girls be when they flirting. She flirting with him and stuff. They both laughing and giggling and carrying on and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, I could just snatch that bitch by her hair. But I'm like, whatever. I ain't even gonna make a scene. So I went to my class or whatever after I had finally saw what I needed to see. When she come out of class or whatever, when the bell had rung, I was like, Maya, come here. So Maya she comes to me or whatever, like, hey girl, how was class and all this stuff? I'm like, nah. Cut the small talk. Like, why was you just in there flirting with Lee? I just saw you. She like, no, you didn't. You ain't seen nothing like that. I said, girl, you was sitting right next to him. You was touching him all on his shoulder. You was giggling and all this stuff. Girl, I know you was flirting with him. Just admit that you like him. Like, it's not that serious. And she like, girl, no, Lee's not even cute to me. I was just sitting by him and talking to him. Like, you making it a big deal out of nothing. Why don't you just tell him that you like him so you can just feel better about yourself and all this stuff? And I'm like, girl, what? I'm like, you coming for me now? Like, you coming for me and you know how I feel about him. That's my crush and shit. Girl, like, you shouldn't even be entertaining him if you know that I like him and you're my friend. So she like, you making a big deal out of nothing. Just tell him you like him. And I'm like, bitch, like, it's not even about that. It's about the fact that you know I like him and you over here being a little snaky ass, sneaky bitch over here trying to talk to him on the cool. Anyway, then the next day, I had found out that they exchanged numbers. I'm like, oh, this takes the fucking cake. This takes the motherfucking cake. I am sick of this bitch. I'm about to say something to this bitch because, look here, now you're doing too much. Now you got the man number. Really? Really? What y'all gonna talk about? If you don't like him, what are you talking to him about? So she had exchanged numbers with him or whatever. And so I asked her, like, did you get Lee's number? She's like, no. Girl, here you go, listening to other people. Why you keep listening to everybody? And I'm like, who am I listening to? I'm not listening to nobody. I know for a fact that you got his number and you need to stop, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going off on her. I don't even remember what all I said, but I was just going off on her about her being a backstabbing ass friend and how you gonna get the number of the guy that I got a crush on and stuff and all this stuff. And she just like, girl, it's not that deep or whatever. Finally, she admitted, yeah, I do kind of got a little thing for him or whatever. He cool. I mean, I don't think he that cute, but he cool or whatever. So we just been talking. And I'm like, why couldn't you just say that in the beginning that you liked him? And we could have been, I don't know what we could have been did. But we could have been did something about the situation because we both like him. We both can't like the same nigga and go with the same nigga. So let's just figure it out. We're friends. I knew you before I knew him, so let's just figure out what we gonna do. But you lied to me this whole time saying that he was ugly, he this and he that. You don't fuck with him like that. Yeah, you getting the man number, and now you telling me that you like him. Now you telling me that you got feelings for him. Where did these feelings come from? So I'm really like confused. Like, is this bitch serious? Now you like him? So, girl, Aaliyah, like, it was like, let me think. We had stopped being cool or whatever. Like, we just went our separate ways after this whole situation. We just went our separate ways. And we went into high school. The first day of school, guess who I see holding hands? These two motherfuckers. Skipping down the hallway, holding hands. I'm just looking at this bitch like I could just go in the back of your head and fuck you up. Like, girl, you knew that was my crush. You knew how I felt about him. Like, why would you do this to me? I was just like, why would she do this to me? Like, she knew that was my crush. She knew that eventually I was going to tell him I liked him. I needed to get up my courage. So they holding hands and stuff, and I'm hearing rumors around the school that they dating and stuff, and they've been dating all summer, and they've been all cute and lovey-dovey and stuff. And then I'm just like, okay, it's whatever. Like, I don't even care. Like, ugh, girl, you can have him. And she see her, so she grabbed his hand even tighter, like trying to make it seem like, oh, we so in love and kissing on him and stuff. And I'm like, girl, I don't give a fuck. I got a whole new nigga. I don't even like white boys no more. Like, that was my little phase of liking white boys. It was over. I was like, girl, I don't even care. You can have him. For two, he was ugly that year. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened to him from last year to this year, or to that year, but he was ugly as fuck. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but you can have him. Like, y'all cute or whatever, boo. Y'all cute. And then she was all on MySpace and stuff with their pictures and everything. I'm just like, girl, please. Like, don't nobody give a damn. And come to find out, like a month or two into school, they had broke up or whatever. So the whole situation was just like karma bit her right in her motherfucking ass. And he started dating some other girl behind her back and all this stuff. It was just a bunch of drama they was going through. And I was just happy as hell. Like, yes, somebody is going through something because, bitch, I had to go through all the you know, all the bullshit. And then to come to school and see y'all holding hands, like, really, bitch? So, yeah. That is my story time about the time that my best friend, stole the guy that she knew what I liked. And, you know, that was some bullshit. So I have to share that. But if y'all want to hear like a part 2 or anything of this story, because there is, you know, more that happened, like when she started getting cheated on, when she was trying to be my friend again. It's a bunch of stuff that happened. But I don't want this video to be too long. So if y'all want to hear a second part of the story, you know, just leave the comments down below and I'll be sure to give that to you guys. But in the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow all my social medias. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.